Okay, I've got a bit of time on my hands. I'm here in Cebu. Hey, babe. I've only got about 7 hours to wait for a ferry back to Pollock. So, I want to tell you about my story. No, serious. Like I was trying to do a few videos on this, but I just probably went off on tangents. So I got to stick to the point now. Feeling tired. It's been a night in the ferry, but anyway, here it goes. I mean, it's about type 2 diabetes, and oh man, I was just complacent for years. Like all doctors told you, oh, you're pre-diabetic, and man, I'm not blaming them, but I never looked into what that meant, and oh, it won't happen to me. And one doctor was telling me you got fatty liver. You know what I mean? He never told me how serious that was, like fatty liver. Like anyway, but also there was never any history of diabetes in my family, But I do kind of one the doctor said to me. I was a bus driver, an angry bus driver. But anyway, it means you're sitting down a lot. And he says we see a lot of bus drivers with this. Oh, there's a ferry coming in there. Look at that. That's is that a sea cat there, baby? That one. Look at that one. There's me going off subject again, Yeah, the doctor said we see a lot of people with this condition, bus drivers with this condition, and it's serious stuff, man. So I was feeling. I'll just give you the facts. Like you can make up your own mind. I'm not blaming anybody. I just ask why the system doesn't tell people. And you're looking at me now, and I'm at least half the weight I used to be. I'll tell you how I done that as well a little bit later on. It was easy as well, as far as I was concerned. It was easy, And so I was driving the bus, and I was driving the bus constantly for about 2 years, just under 2 years. And oh man, I never only about 2 or 3 months ago, I just started feeling really bad, and I thought I just lost my little dog, and I was devastated. Like I had my little pal for 13 years, like, and I loved him, and I had this look on my face I'd never seen before, and I thought it was just is this thing recording? Is this recording? It must be recording. Is it recording? No. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah. I'm not going to be editing anyway. So I just thought it was because I lost my little dog, you know what I mean? And this look on my face, man, I used to look at it like but I felt bad, and I was telling them at work, look, I don't feel like driving the bus, and just one guy was raising his voice to me. We have routes to cover and all this, like. I says, look, man, I don't have a crystal ball, man. I'm just trying to give you as much notice as I possibly can, because I wasn't one to take time off work or anything like that, like. Anyway, I just started to feel constantly bad, and days went by. It was probably, I don't know, it was about under 2 weeks anyway. And I was at the supermarket, and I was going to I was reaching over to get something or into some boxes. Thought I was going to fall head first into them. You know what I mean? And I thought, man, this isn't good. Dizziness. So I decided, man, coming out of the little car park, right to home or left to the hospital. So I went left to hospital, and the doctor, A&E, and they rushed me in, and the doctor's saying, it was in Scotland this was, like, and the doctor was telling me, look, what's probably going to happen, whatever's up with you, we're probably going to send you to your own doctor, and they're going to sort it out, like. But then she took my blood sugar levels. It was, oh man, you want to see the way her face changed. It was 38, man, 38. Oh, baby, 38, like, man. Oh man, it was just like, look, you can't really describe what that is. That's acidic, total acidic in your body. She said we're fighting for your life. They rushed me straight into the A&E. And I was on life support for 2 days and a night, like, and I didn't even know it was that bad, She said, "We're fighting for your life," she said. And then the boys back shouting at me because I can't drive a bus to cover routes, you know. We're fighting for your life, you know. And there was me. I was feeling a bit weird, but I didn't know it was, you know, I don't know if you got faith, man, but I can only speak for myself. I have faith in God. Why I'm here is only He can answer that, like, because why my organs aren't, because they had to take a check to see if my pancreas is working. And anyway, sent me home, loads of drugs, insulin. 2 days later, pick up another bag of drugs in the pharmacy, and assigned a diabetes nurse. And all she kept saying was up the dose of insulin every single day. So I was up to 20 mils in the morning and 14 at night. And they 2 weeks of this, like, and that doctor, she told me, look, you can eat what you want. Pie and chips, whatever. Oh, stop with it. So, anyway, after 2 weeks, my blood sugar level was 26 at lunchtime. 2 weeks later, as I say, all I was getting from this assigned nurse was up the dose of insulin. So I thought of my pal. He's had type 1 diabetes for years, but he's never been doing anything about it. And it's all a big one laugh to him. And you see him injecting insulin into him, and he'd be drinking cheap wine. Pints of cheap wine, laughing like it's funny, all right, you know what I mean. So after 2 weeks, I thought, man, I don't know, I was thinking of him all the time. And I was thinking, man, all the amount of time he's been on insulin, and he's 2 or 3 years younger than me. And I know he fell over there a while back, I think 6 months ago, broke his leg, and the bone went through his skin, man. It was a total mess for the age he's at. You know, I seen him years ago and he couldn't even walk like short distances without being out of breath, you know what I mean? So I said to myself, man, there has to be a different way. I looked at all these tablets and all these needles on the couch. I thought, this is more what I want for my life, man, you know. So, as I say, I have faith in God, man. I went out for a walk and put YouTube on, and this guy came up. I wasn't even looking for him. But he's an Indian doctor that lives in the States. I'll get his name, put a link on this, but man, what he doesn't know about the human body and how it works is not worth knowing. He explained how you know, you're used to having 4 or 5 meals a day, and your body has to make insulin every time you have those. Take those, eat those meals. It has to make insulin each time. So it thinks there's a truckload of food coming at it all the time. So he says, right, they check your blood sugar level, but they never check your insulin level, which they should do, because your body might be making too much insulin. So it's insulin insensitive, like. So it's taking more insulin to do the same job it needed a small amount, whatever. So. And another thing, this is the real magic. I'll tell you first what happened anyway. This day I thought, man, this is it. Screw this, man. There has to be a different way. So I went to there's a Tesco's in the village where I was living, and I went down there. I got avocado, beetroot, and salad. I was just under 26 at lunchtime. I had that salad, avocado, beetroot, and whatever else. In one meal, I was down to 9.1 in the evening, down from 26. And I couldn't understand why, after listening to this guy, why the carbs and the sugar, and why my blood sugar level was spiking in the morning and spiking at night time. And of course, came back, he said carbs, sugar. Looked at the cereal, 68% carbs. I was putting condensed milk and hot water on it, you know. Carbs, full of carbs as well, 64%, and sugar. Oh man. So this stopped its spikes, you know. And anyway, but the real magic is, man, I lost all this weight, and the way I'd done it, and it wasn't even hard, like, because when you start eating good food, you stop being hungry. You're not craving after the rubbish again. You're not craving after sugar. So you eat the last meal. Ideally, you have breakfast as late as you can, 9:30, and then leave a 4 to 6 hour window for the next meal. Say 3 or 4 o'clock or whatever it is. 3 o'clock maybe. So 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, about 6 hours if you can do it. And so you have a meal in the afternoon, a healthy meal, and then you skip the last meal. And I did that for about, well, I did it for the first 2 weeks, and in 2 weeks, man, wow, the weight was just falling off me. My girlfriend was saying, Daddy, become younger, you become thinner, more handsome version of what I used to be. Well, that's just what my girlfriend thinks anyway. Yeah, but oh man, the clothes that just didn't fit me. There was clothes that I had a pair of lime green trousers that I really liked, and I couldn't get them on. They were like, I couldn't do the top button up, and it was like 3 or 4 inches from the button to the opening for the button, if you know what I mean. And now they're hanging off me. They're baggy on me, you know. And after 2 weeks, it was phenomenal. The weight was just dropping off me, and the buzz. And then you're down. Your blood sugar levels way down the 8s, the 7s, the 6s. It just keeps dropping, you know. Obviously, it's very linked to what you eat. But I went on a serious health bench for like. I'm traveling now, so it's. But when I'm back in Mindanao, I just with my beautiful partner, she's wonderful. The taxi driver said it because she gets a bit worried that they're going to rip the white man off, you know. She gets a bit of a serious look, you know, when she's coming up to anything we're about to pay for anything. And this you know, Tuckney driver, oh man, he said, smile, mom. Your partner's got lots of dollars. Smile, mom. Your partner's got lots of dollars. But anyway, in any way, as they say in Dublin, in any way, oh man, look, it can work for anybody. I'm telling you, it's serious. Intermittent fasting, because your body is designed. It's processing your last meal for 5 to 6 hours, and once it stops doing that, it starts using up the fat reserves in your body. And yeah, you'll feel a little bit of hunger at times, but it doesn't last long, you know. And well, people say, look, I've looked 10, 20 years younger. One guy said 30. Well, Beth's cousins were saying, I'm 62, just turned 62. They were saying, look, about 50. You know, man, I'll have some of that, man. You know what I mean? It gives you the oh, hey, if that's not encouragement enough to keep doing it, man, what is? And but you're giving all that good stuff into your body, because when you put sugar into your body, you're feeding the bad bacteria, and that bad bacteria will just eat you alive. And I mean, that's where you get your gut leak and all this stuff, because they're eating the lining of your stomach, you know. But you put the good K2, D3, your green vegetables in there, man. That's, your blood loves that. Your body loves it. Your ketones get regulated. The ketones start to. That's the good blood stuff in there. Look, I'm not no scientist or anything. I can give you. This guy is a genius, man. I listened to him for 3 hours walking on the ice and the snow, and I just couldn't get enough of this guy. And nobody. But my point was, the nurse said to me when I said to her, I had to try and word it so I wasn't, you know. I mean, I was excited, and I was just so excited for what's not that because she should have been telling me this stuff, you know what I mean? She should have left me let me leave the hospital with this news, you know what I mean, rather than me finding this out myself. Like, but all she says to me, well, I can't make you take insulin. Well, I said, like, what do I need to take insulin for when my blood's gone down to these things, you know? I didn't want to be confrontational, but I said, why would I be taking insulin if my blood's down to 6.2 and so on? Why isn't that the only reason you take insulin, isn't it? And thank God my pancreas is still working, it's still producing insulin, and there's no permanent damage. But that's the beauty of the body, man. It's this and natural foods that come straight out of the ground, wholesome foods. But you can make your own mind up, you know. But life is out there for living, you know. Hey, look, God knows what could have happened to me that night, man. So I feel like I see people queuing up in pharmacies and people are overweight eating rubbish, man. I feel like screaming at them, you know, and you tell them and just please themselves then, you know. Anyway, that's it for now. We'll chat to you later. Yeah, thanks. Bye.